Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? We are gonna wait for a few more minutes before everyone shows up. And yeah, we are live. So, this is going to be the first episode of AskAway, where you are going to ask me questions and I am going to try my best to answer them. Uh, but yeah, we will kick in a few minutes. Until then, just enjoy the music. Yep, yep. I am great. I'm seeing a lot of comments. Let me open up the live session itself. If you can hear me fine, if you can see me fine, just like the video so that I get I get a feedback. And we are going to do more Ask Away sessions every week. Uh, I don't have the exact time or every exact day, but we'll do that. If you feel like the music's too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down. If you feel like it's perfect and if you can still hear me, just like the video or comment in the chat box. But yeah, it's a Saturday evening. I had a call which just got cancelled, so here I am answering some questions. I see 74 people are watching right now. Let's just wait for a few more minutes. Let the people come in. I've posted it on Instagram, but I know it's still early for a Sunday morning, so we'll just wait for a few more minutes. I see 78 people are watching now. That's great. How's everyone doing? How's quarantine been for all of you guys? If you're still in the university, is the university doing in-person classes or online? I know most of the universities are doing online classes now, so that's great. Uh, what are the struggles which you're having with the online classes? I know there's a little bit of delay between the live sessions, but yeah, tell me, like, what are the struggles you're having with these kind of classes? I know I attended the Purdue Career Fair as a recruiter this time, which was surprising, which was a lot of fun as well for me. But it was online. It's there's a different vibe, the whole different vibe to connect with someone on a one-to-one basis rather than doing it online. I'm just trying to set up the camera here. Adil, hi, how are you? Samir, hi, how are you? Okay, let me turn the music down. All right, I see we have a bunch of people watching. I'll just wait for some more time. 93 guys. If you can hear me fine, if you can see me fine, if you can like the video, and that's Berlin on the back right there. Let me just post a quick story on Instagram. Let people know that we are live right now, because the whole Indian time and American time can be confusing sometimes. Let's see. Live right now. Join on YouTube. Ta-ta-ta. All right, we are good to go. Samir, thanks. We are good to go. Yeah, I've had a cat for a long time. I don't know where. Oh, right here. He doesn't like to be held as much, but yeah, I've got a cat for a long time now. It's been a year. But yeah, this guy doesn't like to be held at all. All right, let's do it. Let's answer all the questions you have, and we'll see. Okay. Are many students skipping this year admissions, and don't you think the universities will be short of applicants this year? So yes, the universities are already short of applicants in 2020. fall semester was almost non-existent for international students, which is a big market, for the US universities as well. It was non-existent. But spring 21 and fall 21 is going to big one for sure. uh, it just makes sense, right? The problem which I think will happen is in fall 21 there is going to be a significant number of students which are getting carried over from fall 20 and moving to fall 21, and the students who deferred or who are applying this time and then going to fall 21. It's going to be a tough year next time, fall 21, but it's probably going to be the biggest intake the universities will ever see. Everything also depends upon how things turn out in the elections, because Biden, Trump being stupid on Twitter, that makes a lot of difference. Hopefully nobody heard me saying that, but we'll see. Um, so okay, and Neno said, please tell me about Purdue University. I'm an aspirant of it. So Purdue was great. I studied in Purdue for a long time, for 2 years. I still miss it. And if you want to go back and see videos of mine where I have gone into Purdue, made a lot of videos, and just interacted with a bunch of areas of Purdue, you should go and look back into my old videos. So Berlin is the feral cat. I don't know what the feral cat means, but probably is a feral cat. But he seems like more like an alpha male. GRE is optional for fall 21. What are the effects of this on the university application? So Chetan, that's a great question. I feel like if GRE is going to be optional, one problem which I see students having is how do I compare the universities? Let me quickly share a resource which I found recently, admits.fyi. You should check this resource out, check the website out. It's going to help you shortlisting universities. They have accumulated data of 350,000 universities and created into a big Excel sheet where you can check which where you can add filters and figure out, um, okay, uh, this is the university I'm going to. What are the admits which have been there before? So it's going to definitely help you. Um, but that's one thing which I feel like if GRE is not there, how does universities also filter down the applications? GPA is a factor, but was happening was students were taking advantage of GRE to cover up what they have messed up in their GPAs, or to get their application into one stage forward, and that's how they were getting into the system. But now it's going to be difficult. I was actually reading a lot about it, but then I figured, well, there's a lot of other factors which are considered, like your TOEFL score would be one. It's not as important, but it's still important. And then your GPA would be one, which university you're from. That's going to be helpful. But that's what I feel like is going to be the most troublesome thing with this GRE thing. It's great for you guys because you don't have to pay, so that's a good thing. Ashish Rilkar. So I want to clear this off right now. First of all, there's a lot more people. If everybody can hear me fine and see me fine, just like this video, so that I know everything is going fine. So I posted a video yesterday or day before yesterday, which said, watch this video or play this for this song. Okay, that video seemed to a lot of people that I'm depressed and I'm sad about something, but I don't know. It's like I wanted to show you guys how mundane a life could be, or how regular, like, my life is not as different as yours. Like my life is the same thing. I do the same things every day. I go to work every day. I eat 3 meals every day. And that's what I wanted to convey with that video. Not that I am like depressed or I'm sad about something. I'm as happy and as content as I could be. I'm getting a great salary. I have this great YouTube channel, a great audience who watches me, who comes to me back and back again. But it's not, if I'm trying to convey something with a video, it doesn't, something sad or something mundane with a video, it's not that I'm sad or upset about it. It was just a way to for me to show that, yeah, this is a regular day in the life. Not everyone which shows you a day in the life video, they're always like, oh, we go to eat at some places, or we do this, or we are working out as well that day. Wake up at 5 a.m. That's not the day in the life. That's just one day in their life. Usually they do the same thing which everyone else does. So the website I was telling was admits.fii, if you want to check that out. Okay. How's the job situation for Indian in USA if you go for fall 21? So I see two problems right now if you come for fall 21. The first problem is, of course, that if Trump becomes the president, I don't know how rules will be changed. The second problem is the new H1b law which came through had a wage increase. So instead of, I think, 17%, as Raj mentioned in the last live session, the 17% amount has gone to 45. So let's say you were getting paid 80,000 for a computer science degree. That's the minimum wage you have to pay to a computer science grad. Now that amount has gone up to 140,000, let's say. So it will be harder for the universities, or it will be harder for the companies to hire that many people with a wage of 140,000. But tech companies, they're gonna get their way out of it. They are going to challenge it in the court, and they are going to get a way out of it. So that's the main big issues which I see in terms of like a big crash, the 2008 economic crash which happened. I don't see that happening. So we'll see how it turns out to be. um, I deferred my admission to Columbia MSCS in fall 22, spring 21. Did I take a wrong call? No, I don't think you took a wrong call. I wouldn't prefer studying online semester as well, just because there's a touch to doing offline semester, being on campus, doing a lot of other things as well. So I don't think you made a mistake there. Waiting for the temperatures to come down in Tempe, that is true, Saket. It's still burning hot. What would you say about the future demand for construction management graduate? Is there still a demand for construction? Dude, we have been as busy as so I work in a construction company. For somebody who doesn't know, I have been in this company for a year, and this December is probably going to be the busiest time for me, at least. I have 5 or 4 projects in my small division starting up. So that's a lot of projects starting at the same time. So yeah, there's and even like Wilming is growing insane. They are hiring a lot of people, and it that goes all across the US. We thought that things are going to slow down and there is going to be some sort of crash, but that really didn't happen. All right. So, how competitive is the position? Purdue, think about this. It's a great university. 1,000 people are applying. Out of those 1,000 people, 100 people are like, it's a ranking system. It's like how JE it is. So, you're asking like how competitive is MIT? It is competitive, but I'm not going to apply because I don't think I'm worthy enough, and I'm not going to get in. It's the top cream which is going to apply to MIT, and they will get in. So, hey, Parth, what about the mentorship program which you were about to start? Any updates about that? Hey, Amit, so I posted on LinkedIn a long time ago that I'm planning to do a mentorship program for construction people, and if you want to enroll into it, fill out this form and I'll reach out to you. I had an overwhelming number of people reaching out to me. What happened was, once they did reach out to me, it just made my life like a lot more difficult. I had to filter down. There, I had to filter down. Sorry, guys. I had to filter down everyone and try to reduce that number to a sustainable group of 10 or 20 people. And it just made it more difficult. Then I thought I would still stick to these people, and I'm not going to update you. And I'm sorry about that. I didn't update any one of you for the mentorship program. But my thought was that I am going to keep these number as is, and update you guys when I have more time. But in the meantime, I was trying to create a course for construction management people on what I've learned, what the construction industry is looking for, and how it's going to benefit you in a long time. Joel asks, would you ever like to own your own business at some point? Yeah, why not? Will the colleges expand the class size due to heavy deferrals for fall 21? Your thoughts, please. I think they should. I don't know if they will, but at least I think they should. It just makes sense, right? If you have all these students coming in from last year and this year, and that's the way how universities are going to make money. They are not going to limit the students to 20 for a batch. They are going to have 100 students in the batch. They want to recoup the cost which they lost last year, so they have to increase the number of people who are coming in for fall. Just makes economical sense for the universities. ASU versus UTD versus NU for MSCS. I think UTD is pretty good for USC MSCS. Are you losing hair? No, my dad has the same hairline as me, so it's just how my hair is. I get that question a lot, but it's just my hairline is that. Okay, I'm getting a lot of questions. Will it be difficult to secure admissions to universities in fall 21, which otherwise could have been easy? I guess I I don't think so. For what I think, it might just been easy because there's a lower number of people who will be going to uh, to the universities next year regardless, because they think there's still a risk. And it's going to be the same when Trump became the president. There was a decline of like a percent or like a 4% decline in number of international students who came. So I don't think there's going to be a significant delay in the number. But yeah, it could be possible that there's going to be less applicants for fall 21. We'll see how things turn out. People might be still applying, but they will change their mind once Trump becomes the president. So we'll see how it turns out. Bro, no visa slots for spring 21. Any idea or updates? I do not know about the visa situation right now. I am also struggling. I'm kind of stuck in the US right now because I cannot go to India. I want to get my visa stamped, and I'm not able to get that visa stamped unless the consulate's open for H1b. So I do not know about the visa situation right now. I'm sure the slots are pretty packed, like everybody probably has taken the space, but we'll see. If you have like a certain limit of, if you have a certain days before you have to leave for your classes, then you can get expedited visa date. But yeah, I'm not sure. Hey Zahan, if you cannot, like, please avoid spamming. I'm gonna put you in timeout for a while. Okay, let me pick a question. I will check it out. Let me make a note of it. USC's Advanced Design and Construction. So VDC, Virtual Design and Construction, is actually getting a lot of traction right now. So I don't doubt that universities start creating program for technology, because yeah, they are trying to shift the whole construction industry to technology. It's the slowest industry to adapt technology, but it will happen. When should we start looking for funding if I'm applying for 21? I think you should be start looking probably like 3 months before, or if some university applications already have like options that you can apply for a scholarship with this, along with this application. So I would say take benefits of that. Da, 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 da. I'll be back. Give me 1 second. Until then, you guys can listen to this song. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. Da-da-da. I'm trying to figure out. There's a lot of questions which are coming in. So, Alexa, turn the volume to 60%. All right, you guys listen to the songs. I'll be back. Alexa, stop. All right, let's see. Parth Shinde asked, Purdue is not a good location for fetching jobs in industrial engineering. Do you agree? I don't think I agree. I think it's a great location, like especially for industrial. Purdue is one of the best universities that is out there in the world. So definitely, I don't think Chicago is a nearby, and then there is all these companies which come to Purdue to hire students all the time. Yeah, I started drinking Lacroix for a while, just and it's not even cold, so I'm gonna stick to it. But we'll see. Hey Parth, I hope you're doing fine. How risky is all right, so I'm getting a lot of questions about how risky it is for fall 21, spring 21, how the companies, what's the situation with the visa. Let me talk about a little bit. Let's hold off on to the questions right now for spring 21, fall 21, and what is going to happen. Let me talk all about it. So what has happened is because of COVID, a lot of people who were planning to come for fall 20 has deferred their admissions to fall 21 and spring 21. So there were already a certain number of students which were coming to spring 21, but that number has increased to a higher because people who have deferred from fall 20. So it's the same thing for fall 21. A lot of people have deferred directly fall 21 because they want to see how things turn out, and they still want to have an option that, hey, let's I still want to hold my seat, but I don't know what's going to happen, so let me just take a year off. So there are two three problems which I see. Okay, first problem I see is because of COVID, a bunch of companies have furloughed, especially airline companies, big oil companies have furloughed a lot of people. um, I don't know, grocery business is going on great, Amazon is going on great, tech companies are still booming, as you guys can see, but there is still a bigger industry. Restaurant businesses are struggling. Okay, so bunch of industries have furloughed a lot of people. Airline industry is the bigger one, which I think, and it is going to continue. But what is the good thing which has come out of this COVID thing or this pandemic is that it has made the companies realize that it is not necessary to hire an employee and bring them out to their location. People can still do remote work for a year or two. And for example, Facebook, they're hiring all across the place, and that makes sense. That is going to bring in more talent with Zoom and with us being online all the time. It just makes sense for students to get hired and just work from where they are right now because of the pandemic. A friend of mine just got hired in Hershey's. He's working from home for a year. One another friend produced. She got hired in Apple. She lost a job from a company which would make like equipment for oil rigs. She lost her job, but she got hired by Apple, and now she is going to work for Apple for in a remote location as well. It's cheaper for them because they don't have to use office space or provide resources. It's cheaper for the person because they can still be in a state like North Carolina and work in San Francisco. And it's a great thing for everyone. So what tech companies are going to start to do is they're going to hire more people online, and that's just the nature of it. The big thing, there is going to be a little bit of turn point. We'll see how things turn out when the election results come out. Is it going to be Joe Biden? Is it going to be Mr. Trump again? We'll see how things turn out. But however it is, USCI, or actually Department of Labor, recently came out with a bunch of rules of H1B, which you might have heard about from Raj in the last live session we did. The major problem where the major problem about that rules was that they want to increase wages. So let's say you're making the minimum wage right now of an H1B employer is $80,000 for a computer science grad in California. Okay, but they want to increase that wage to a certain amount, which will in turn make the minimum wage for a computer science graduate in California 140,000. It's going to vary from branch to branch because, of course, a construction company cannot pay that much amount, or a mechanical company cannot pay that much amount. So once they increase that minimum wage, it's going to be harder for American companies to hire people on H1B. This is going to affect this is going to affect a lot of companies who hire people from TCS, Cognizant, Wipro, all these people who come on H1B and get hired here. Okay. But tech companies have insane amount of resources, lawyers, and money to challenge this rule. So they are already getting ready to challenge this rule. And they will do that. Things might turn out to be the same how they were before. So we'll see how it turns out, but it's all like a lot of speculations which we'll have to see. One guy actually, Akshanya Bajpayee, if you do not want to be on the live session, just go, man. Like, why do you have to say such a negative comment? I don't understand. Some people, if you hate something, just stop watching it or just stop consuming it. You have to watch the live session, and you also have to create negativity and hate. So I just don't understand these kind of people. Anyways, so this was all my thoughts and the compilation of what I'm thinking about the H1B election and what's going to happen with fall 21. It's a lot of things happening at one time. So we'll see how it turns out, man. uh no, I understand nobody wants to be in this situation, but it is what it is. We just gotta be resilient and come forward, All right, guys, you're throwing in a lot of questions, so it's gonna take me a few seconds. All right, let's slow down with the questions. Hi, Parth. For the cream universities like MIT or CMU, how will you be spending typically for grad studies, and how much loan and collateral would you require accordingly? And is two times the tuition fees make sense? I think two times the few tuition fee makes sense. Um, Grad studies depends. If you are in the Bay Area, of course, you're going to spend a lot more in your living cost. And also, guys, I have a lot of white t-shirts. So if you're feeling that I always wear white t-shirts, just because I have like 10 white t-shirts now, so they're more comfortable, and that's why I just wanted to make that clear for anyone who's wondering that. But yeah, for MIT or CMU or universities like Boston University or at New York University or San Francisco University, you might have to spend a lot more, because the living cost is so high there that some people have to stay like in a room like this where I'm staying alone. There would be three students living with three beds in there. That is possible. So that's my thought. Okay, how good is Purdue EC? It's great. Like for a question like that, it doesn't make sense. I could say it's good. Um, it's easier for me to say about this soda Lacroix that, hey, this is a good soda, you should try it. There's no, it's not going to impact. It's a 25 cents can. Okay, but if you're going to ask me about how good of a university it is, I cannot explain on a live session. Just makes it difficult for me. Um, so this was the resource which I mentioned earlier for anyone who just came onto the live session. All right, let's see. Still a lot of questions. Let me pick a question real quick. I'm gonna play some music again. I thought it was fun. So, hey Parth, how to convert Indian GPA out of 10 to American GPA out of 4? Every website has a different formula. I think WSES, of course, does the best job. But if you want to ask me, it doesn't matter. You don't really have to convert it because it varies in a lot of factor. How many students were in your class? What is an average grade point average for the whole class? Um, it also matters on which university you are in, which course you have taken. It just varies, so it's a lot of things going on. I wouldn't worry about converting it. The easiest way would be just to divide 10 upon 2.5. It's not the most accurate way, but it is a way for sure. What will you choose between what do you choose, a great university or great place for a job and field? If that doesn't make sense, Jay. So I don't think so. Chetan Nandre, we'll see how the scholarships turn out next year. They might increase, but I don't think they will increase just because the universities have to recoup the losses which they have uh, incurred last year. So I see Bhavya, you have asked this question a lot of times. Hey Path, please pick my questions. Why did you choose Thailand for bachelor's over US or India? So US is really expensive, so it didn't make sense for me to spend a crore of money for bachelor's in the US. Why did I choose Thailand? Because I had better opportunities and better education in Thailand, and and my I could afford it. My parents paid for my education and they could afford it. It wasn't as expensive as you guys would think it would be. It was almost the same amount of money I spent there as I would spend in in like in a private college in India, in like VIT or SRM. US versus Canada for MS in CS. US. I cannot emphasize on that point anymore. It is going to be the US. US is the best for computer science. CS in Georgia Tech or Purdue. I think Georgia Tech is pretty good for CS. I think you should go for Georgia Tech. Hey, uh, Abhu there. If you have a full tuition scholarship in undergrad, take it, man. For computer, if you have a full scholarship anywhere, I would just take it. Like being debt free at the end of 4 years, that's the best feeling ever. LOR or SOP, which is more important? I think both have their own importance, but SOP is more important than LOR. Shuffle. Let me put you on timeout here. Hi, Path. What's your opinion on if I study MIS with data analytics and practice data science for first semester applied data science job? I wouldn't recommend it, especially right now. What is happening is that USCIS Department of Labor have been very strict about people doing the same jobs which they studied. So if you do, let's say, if you study MIS with data analytics and you practice data science, I don't know if you can convince that it's that's what you studied in your degree and that's what you're working as, then you won't have a problem. Otherwise, it could create a problem later during your H1B thing. Some people ask to see my cat again. Here's my cat. Just wants to go. Alright, let's take one more question. Tamu and Arizona State University for okay, he just deleted his question. Will election results affect jobs for Indian? No, election results is going to affect job for everyone, not just for Indians. Can I leave the country during my H1b process? You can leave the country not during the H1b process, but also not during when you don't have a stamp. But after you got a stamp, then you can leave. Tamu CEM versus Purdue CMT versus GA Tech BSFM. I think Tamu CEM is the best and probably the cheapest as well. Talk about visas. Advait, I do not know about visas that much currently. Let me read about it and we'll do a ask away session and we'll talk about those. Okay, Akila. Hi, Path. Hope you're doing well. If I attend Fall 21, if the classes are online for the first semester, will it hurt my chances of internship as I won't be on campus for 2 semesters? Why wouldn't you be on campus for 2 semesters? Because fall 21 everybody is going to do classes in person. They are going to figure out they're going to figure out how many people to put in a class, how many people to not put in a class, and also how to figure the balance out. And the vaccine's going to come out by middle of next year, so you'll be fine. There's not going to be online classes in fall 21. I'm telling you for sure. If they could open up schools here, literally kids are going 6 year old, 8 year old kids are going to school every day now almost now. So why couldn't they open the colleges? PhDs usually do not cost anything in the US. I see Joel has no. Who asked that question about PhD? Akshay, you asked a question about PhD cost in the US. PhDs do not cost anything. They're generally covered by the professors because of the funding and everything. Yeah, so they do not cost anything. Tamu or ASU? Tamu for construction management. GRE waiver thoughts. I think GRE is a bullshit exam. Honestly, why do you have to take an exam in English and maths? I read a little bit about why GRE exists. GRE was created to create a standardized method to select students and review their applications. Um, but GRE doesn't hold the highest standard. It's not like it's your scores are only your scores are going to be the only thing which matters in your application. There's a lot of other things which matters in your application. So that's one thing, but I think GRE should be taken away. It should be your GPA and your academics and everything, and your SOP um, to look over your application. Hey Parth, I'm doing well. So Parth Laris says, "This is Parth. Hope you're doing well, and if you got us worried in the last few months, it was just taking time off, with all of these things. I was just feeling overwhelmed. I created this content for 3 years almost now, so it takes a toll on anybody, and I couldn't see myself doing it anymore. I was just feeling bored, and I had to find the passion and the spark again, and I'm trying to find that right now even. So these ask away sessions help me doing that. It's just nice to chat with all of you guys. We are going to end the live session here. It's 9:40. I want to stick to 40 minutes because otherwise I just get a lot drained. I also haven't done live sessions in a while, so I don't have the practice to speak that much. But dude, this guy, I need to make one of you a moderator, because a lot of people just keep keep spamming things. OPD and F1 processing. I am graduating next spring. Let's do this for AskAway sessions. We are going to pick particular topics and just talk about those. I used to do that when I started at video. Let's do that again. Let's just pick H1b. Let's just pick shortlisting university, and let's just answer those questions. Um, I am also planning to do so. I'm planning to do study with me videos where I'm just going to keep my camera on, work for whatever I do, and then you can just study with me. Let me know if you're up for that kind of content, but it will be interesting to see. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off. It's 9:38. I'm just gonna switch on the music really loud and let you enjoy that. I'm not taking any questions. That is it for the live session. I'm gonna just shut this off in a few seconds. All right, guys. See ya.